Hello, Phil.
Hello, Nick. How are you today?
I want to talk about Ignaz Semmelweis.
Is he a German?
He's a German.
Yeah.
So I have a theory about him. So he's like a obstetrician.
Yeah, I don't know how to say that word.
Yeah, OBGYN.
OBGYN.
Like, in the 1850s.
Yeah, and like actually, I think it was in Hungary, but like that, I think that was part of like the German.
He was like a German descent Hungarian guy. Yeah. And apparently he was like the first to wash his hands before delivering a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's known to be like, he's known for the person that was like, hey, there's all these women dying after childbirth. I think we might want to wash our hands. He did add like chlorine or lime into it or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was the first person to be like, yo, let's
just wash our hands. Yeah. And this is like 20 years before like germ theory actually like took hold. Right? Yeah. This is 20 years before Pasteur was like, hey, this is like, and like what I'm thinking about Ignaz is he's definitely from the future.
Why? Wait, hold on a second. It seems like a very easy thing to be like,
but it's not though, right?
Is it? It's not? Okay, tell me why it's not.
Because
I know I'm biased.
No one was thinking at the time, right? Like pseudoscience was like crazy. It was like, like humorism, and that's like, you know, like the ancient Greek shit where like the balance of your four chakras or whatever, is what causes disease. Not washing your hands. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. But my argument is like Ugg and Zug. Let's go back then, right?
All right.
I guarantee if they were like wiping their butt or whatever they were doing, like in an animal's carcass, it probably felt good to them to go under a stream and wash their hands, right? I think there's an innate need to do that.
Okay, so otters, I think, washed their food, or some like
they do.
And I think monkeys also like learn to wash their food. Yeah,
yeah.
Like they put it like they saw one monkey do it, and then everyone started following what the monkey does, like washing food.
Yeah,
but I don't think that's for like delivering a baby. Like you're already in the hospital, you're just doing a bunch of shit, and then there's a baby. Oh, all right, let me just come in and
or it was baby. The current stuff zeitgeist at the time. Scientists were like, I don't know if this is true, but maybe they're like, it doesn't do anything. Like maybe there was a counter thought process.
No, one of the doctors at the time thought the disease was determined by how clean the butthole was.
The butthole,
yeah, like the colon. It was like a cleansing of the colon was necessary.
So cleanliness was part of the.
But you have to clean your butthole. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I think cleanliness is a thing, but it's like a purity thing. But it's not of your hands, because your hands doesn't look visibly dirty. I think,
true.
Right.
Yeah.
So what he thought was, so he compared two clinics. He was part of like the medical school clinic.
Yeah, he actually did a study. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there was a midwives clinic, like a sister clinic, and apparently the midwives clinic had low maternity mortality rate versus the first clinic, which is his clinic, and like he's deeply troubled by this, and he does like data science. In fact, like one of the first data science people, and it's like, hey, this is not right. This midwives, like, how did they manage so much low mortality? And then
there was so much less dead mothers. Why am I doing Russian?
There's so much dead. We're gonna screw up our German and Russian.
Yeah, I know.
But apparently, he thought, since there were no autopsies done in the second clinic, that was the reason why the first clinic had more mortality, and so he advised all the people in the first clinic to wash their hands. And he wrote a paper. I don't think he wrote the paper. It was like his students or whatever. They wrote a paper on that these cadaver particles was the ones causing disease. This is crazy, because if you think about in their mind, it's like zombie shit, right?
Yeah.
Like you're spreading from one dead body to another. You're spreading this zombie disease.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. It's like even wooey for them.
True.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like washing hands doesn't matter. Like it's too minute for to matter.
But it sounds like he hit upon something with the cadavers, like the particulate stuff, right? Like the particles. There's something that's being transferred.
I think that's why it didn't transfer. It was bad delivery. If he didn't say it was cadaver shit, like this zombie disease.
Well, what if he said it was a? I think the same thing would have happened if he was like, oh, they're microscopic organisms. People would be like, what? Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. He just didn't know. I think he needed a reason, and he didn't know what the reason was.
Yeah, because there is none outside of, you could say air or something. Because people did say that, like there's bad air, good air. Like that was a thing back then too.
But I think that it is true that they got more disease through the cadavers. It was just they were dealing with like blood poisoning victims and whatnot, and it was just transferring over. Right? Like they just weren't washing their hands. But this guy came up with chlorine, dude.
Yeah,
chlorine lime. Like that is future shit. That's like
you gotta sell me on this one.
Chlorine.
Yeah,
that's not is that mid 19th century shit?
I mean, technically, chlorine's on the periodic table. So
I'm thinking, he's a pool guy from Nazi Germany, and I think Hitler.
You want your pool cleaned?
Yeah. Hey, Semmelweis, come here. Get this shit out of here. This is chlorine. Yeah. I'll send you back to the past. Make the German people happy. And then he just went back with some chlorine.
So Semmelweis is the pool guy, or
Semmelweis is a pool guy
of
Hitler.
Pool guy.
And 100 years passed. It was like almost perfectly 100 years. Just dun 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 dun. Just like naked Semmelweis in the.
So he's got his fists on the ground, one knee bent, like naked in a field somewhere.
In Hungary because. Or he was Hungarian Polish, I think. So they already invaded Poland, right?
I see. I think I see where this is going.
So the space is the same place. It was just the time, right? He's from the future,
right? So you're saying that the Nazis sent back this guy to do this, or because Hitler wouldn't have been born otherwise? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I think just to make the Germans proud. I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, German. Yeah, and then I'm pretty sure, like from what I'm reading about his life. He wasn't accepted by the community because he was kind of a dick. Ignaz Semmelweis. That was like his attitude. I'm pretty sure he was just too much of a dick for the community to accept.
He was like Scott from South Park. Shut up, Scott. You're a dick. That guy.
Yeah, and no one listened to him.
Yeah.
And towards the end of his life, it was incredibly terrible, tragic ending.
Yeah.
Like he kind of went crazy. Mm-hmm. His friends, he was a very bitter guy. And they were thinking either he had early onset Alzheimer's or dementia or late stage syphilis.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They don't know what, but he was kind of going, bitter and cranky. And the kid or one of his friends sends him to the loony bin where he gets beaten up and then dies in 14 days.
And he dies of an infected wound.
Sepsis.
Yeah.
Which is like what he was championing to help the mother. So I'm pretty sure he was just a crazy guy from the future. Just was trying to help the German people. He didn't know how to get back. Right? It's a one-way ticket.
Yeah. I mean, the Nazis were doing some crazy stuff, dude. Like science.
And they had bags of chlorine.
They did. Yeah, they did. Yes. Right.
Yeah. Dr. Mengele. I'm pretty sure he was Dr. Mengele's pool guy.
Oh my God. Listen, Ignaz.
Ignaz.
Listen,
and
Ignaz.
Also, Ignaz is an anagram for Nazi.
There's no G in Nazi.
Yeah, but I mean 4 letters.
Oh, okay.
It's the OG.
There's no I in team. There's no G in Nazi.
It's the OG Nazi.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I like the idea. I like seeing a naked German dude in a field like
with a bag of chlorine.
With a bag of chlorine, like zooming in, like coming in, like with that. Yeah. Cutting up some wire with like this, like,
It's like, where am I?
Where am I?
No, I'm pretty sure he was like, where am I?
Yeah,
like,
where am I? I'm in this piece of shit field.
I was just a pool guy.
Okay, so.
What do you think? You think it's plausible?
No.